Welcome to Pittsburgh, home of the esteemed Carnegie Mellon University. Carnegie Mellon was founded by one of the world's wealthiest and most generous entrepreneurs, Andrew Carnegie. This precedent inspires and encourages students and faculty to be selfless in giving back to the community. Within the school, there are hundreds of organizations that devote themselves to the welfare of students, citizens, and even strangers. Orphanage Outreach, now known as Outreach 360, is one of the many organizations on campus that strives to improve the lifestyle of those in need.
It's a program where we raise money to send ourselves to the Dominican Republic and teach English during spring break. We go to school and we taught classes of second graders, third graders, fifth graders, and sixth graders, and we would teach them an hour of English every day for a week.
And so we were actually allowed to go into the classrooms and sit side by side with the kids, and we had to make our own lesson plans. There were multiple teams there as well from other colleges, and we were just one of the teams there at one of the schools.
Our Orphanage Outreach is now called Outreach 360 because originally the founders would teach English at an orphanage in the Dominican Republic, but then they wanted to expand who they could teach, so they also began teaching at local schools. And so what they do is year-round, throughout the school year and through the summer, they offer, they either go to schools and teach English there, or they provide programs at their site, which is very close to many of the schools and many of the children.
It started with a guy who was in the DR, and then he happened to pass by one of these orphanages and saw how run down and poor it was, and so he felt moved by it and decided to come back and fund it and just reconstruct the orphanage, and also just give them more toys and books and things and opportunities to learn. And then so that's how it started up in the mid-90s. So it's been around for about 20 years now.
The team members of Outreach 360 do not hesitate to lend a helping hand. Through fundraising events on campus to service trips down to the Dominican Republic, this team has gone above and beyond in inspiring others to promote positive social change.
It's an opportunity not only to teach them English, but just gives them opportunities and encourage them to know that they can succeed, because the location where it is in Monte Cristi, Dominican Republic, is not very well off. Many of the families are poor, so it's a really great program for kids to know that they have the capabilities to do what they want.
Within the past few years, I believe, the organization has gone not just in orphanages, but also just schools in general in the DR, definitely nationwide. They encourage people from all over the place, all different colleges, different people. Like, you can do it solo, so they encourage all types of people.
The work that Lauren, Joe, and the rest of Outreach 360 do in the Dominican Republic reflects Gandhi's morals and his outlook on life. Mahatma Gandhi was a very humble man who did not hesitate to help others. Balasundaram, as an indentured servant, came to Gandhi seeking help because he believed that Gandhi was able to act against his unjust, abusive employer. After freeing Balasundaram from his old employer, Gandhi said, "It has always been a mystery to me how men can feel themselves honored by the humiliation of their fellow beings."
Seeing how English could improve their lives, because they actually brought in one of the original girls who was at the orphanage in the 90s back, and she was able to, after going through this program, she was able to go to school and get a degree in physical therapy, and then so she came back and she's doing good now. So it's just cool to see how our long-term effects can really impact these kids.
Gandhi empathized with those that he helped and learned something new from each conflict. Although he was never an indentured servant, by helping those in need, he became educated in their lifestyle and more understanding of their struggles. Conversely, those who received his help became more educated and willing to reach out a helping hand, as Gandhi had done for them. With this benevolent mindset, every person is able to realize they can make a difference in the world too.
It was just amazing to see like how kind people were and how like accepting they were to our help, and just teaching the kids. They had like such little resources. Like when we brought stickers, everyone would be really excited, or just when we'd have crayons, they'd be so happy just because those weren't something that was very accessible for them. And so just knowing that we were able to do what we can for a week, and because 14 of us were able to be in a classroom at one time, we were able to give them more one-on-one attention. And I think in that way we were just able to encourage them to know that people want them to succeed, and people want them to do great things, and that they're capable of great things. And I think that's like a main point of why we go there, to show that.
Even though Gandhi was not well known at the time, he was still able to make an impact on Balasubram's life while expecting nothing in return. Likewise, although the members of Outreach 360 might not be personally recognized for their work in the Dominican Republic, they are still constantly changing each child's life one at a time.
I think this organization really does a good job with giving these kids new opportunities, because for people in the DR, a lot of job applications require you to speak English, and because their educational system is really poor, a lot of kids can't even get to the application phase. So if we can just help them learn like simple things, simple phrases that will get them to the next step, then maybe that can elevate them to even higher levels. So
Outreach 360 is a group of passionate young adults who all work towards the same goal of positive change. They work as a dynamic team to make their mark on the children's lives, as the civil rights movement had done on the history of America. In Ella Baker's article, Bigger Than a Hamburger, Baker emphasizes that the civil rights movement had an inclination towards group-centered leadership, the development of the individual for the benefit of the group. No individual who had been part of the civil rights movement did more to stand out than his or her peers. They all worked together to champion a larger cause and advocate for social change.
it's just increasing the opportunity is definitely something good that can improve the country of the DR.
Outreach 360 worked together to help improve the education in the Dominican Republic. The results of the service trips down to the Dominican Republic will manifest itself one day as the children grow up to become role models for the future generations after them. The positive change in each child's life is crucial because it directly creates the future of the country. By educating them on their potential to make a difference, they can take part in the development and advancement of their society. They will grow up to become workers and leaders of the country. The education of the younger generation yields more educated workers, which in turn will benefit society in the years to come. Becoming the living proof of group-centered leadership, as Baker describes, Outreach 360 has sparked this cycle toward positive social change.
A major component is that a lot of people who teach are college students, and I think they learn a lot from the community and from the kids as well. And I think it's just, it's a two-way street. Like, we're able to teach them English, give them encouragement, but they also give us, I think they teach us how to have a very positive outlook and the benefits of helping other people, because in the end, we're part of the same world, and I think people really grasp that once they're part of this program.